just a couple of days ago, I was well, my new yarn got too big for the needles it was on, so I went downtown and got um some needles. Well, they were it's part of a needle and a big and well, it's kind of a semi needle on two sides of a long plastic cable, and it's even a little tight for it. I don't know how I got it so tight. Someday I'm gonna sit down and count all those stitches. Well, I guess if this tape gets there on time, then Happy Father's Day. I don't know how long ago it was, and I was tuning my guitar, and I tuned it down, and it was on the last string, I think, and it was getting real weak and just broke. Oh, I I don't know when it was. I was mowing the lawn, and then I went over to the other side, and I didn't. Well, I don't guess I should have, but the only reason I went over there, Mom told me it was supper time and everything. And the only reason I went over there is because I didn't know how to stop it. So I was mowing along over there, and Sport's leash was out, and I ran right over it and chopped it up into little tiny pieces. And well, I just didn't see it, and it didn't stop the lawnmower. I guess it's a good thing that Sport wasn't there, because, oh. So finally I ran in and said, John, how do you stop that thing? Because, the lawnmower that was in Louisiana. And anyway, well, I didn't know how to stop it, and I was thinking about going in and running it into high weeds to where it'd kill the motor, but I'd have to go across the lawn and it'd make a messy trail. We went to Granddad's not too long ago, and well, he's got a lawnmower, and it's about a 3 or 4 horsepower, not 3, 4, and 5 horsepower, because there's a thing that makes it speed up and slow down and everything. Well, anyway, and we found a whole bunch of turtles out there, and Granddad was pushing it along, and he ran right over a turtle with it and made hash out of it practically. I found this one, I was walking back from the pond, from fishing, there's these minnows in there. And I tried to catch a couple, or baby perch or something. And I tried to catch a couple, and there was this rustling over in the bushes, and I looked over to see what it was, and I poked over there with my fishing pole, and I thought it was injured or something, because it didn't fly away or run away or anything. And I saw this one turtle, and it was knocking on the back of another turtle's shell with its head, and I took them both home, and they went back into their shell, and I put them up on a shelf, and Mom said, I guess she saw them, and she said, you'd better go back and put the reins on your turtles. And I went in to see what she meant, and they were trying to climb up the wall. see, they were on a high shelf and they weren't going towards the end of the shelf. They were going back towards the wall. Well, the Roaches were, well, Edwin was supposed to play at Heber Springs Saturday night, but it turned out they didn't, so they just came then. And, well, they were supposed to come Sunday, or stay at Heber and then come Sunday, but they stayed Saturday night, Sunday, and most of Monday. Larry had to go to sign up for college, and now he's in classes and all settled down nearly, I think. Well, today he got settled down in a chemistry class, and he's already settled down in the history class too. I don't know how long ago it was. Well, Pat and John on the way back from Little Rock found a turtle on the road. I think you heard about that. And anyway, it came back. So he took it in and said, well, I don't know if this is the same turtle or not, so I'll just said I'll mark it some way. And Mom suggested he put some white porcelain, or whatever you call it, paint on him, or enamel or something. And anyway, he put a whole bunch on his shell, and he hasn't come back yet. I don't know what happened to him. You asked the last time, you asked if the last time that I recorded, I had a cold while I was just hanging upside down, and all the blood rushed into my nose and sounded stopped up. When I was coming back from swimming, I took my shirt off, to get a tan, and well, from swimming at Granddad's pond or Mom's pond. And anyway, I got a pretty bad sunburn. I had to swim with a shirt on, a knit shirt. And well, the burn went away, and it's still pretty pink and it's starting to peel. Well, that's about all I've got to say now. Well, bye. Take care of yourself and write back or tape back, because we always like to hear from you too. Bye. I don't know what Danny told you about, but I guess whatever it was, you'll hear it again from me. Over the weekend, we went to Granddad's house and stayed with the Roaches. And we turned on the pump the day that we got there. I think it was Friday, yeah. Granddad came over later on. We brought him to Heber Springs, and he stayed at the Lakeland Lodge for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then he came on in his own car later on, after we got there. And when he turned on the pump, it worked for a while. It was kind of rusty at first and all. But anyway, it worked most of the night, and then the water pressure stopped, and the pump didn't shut off, and we opened it, and we found out it got unprimed, no water was in it. So we reprimed it, and we turned it back on, and it filled up the tank, and then somebody used some water, and it turned on again, and it didn't shut off. And finally, after several times of doing that, we found out that the well went dry. So, it would fill up a little bit after each time it wasn't used, or after each time it was used. So we didn't use the pump hardly at all while we were there because it had to be reprimed after each time it was turned on, because air would get into it and then it wouldn't pump anything even if there was water in the well. So we just used the other well. We drew water by hand and poured water in the back of the commode to flush it. But we got by okay, I guess. The grass was real high when we got there. It was up past my waist high. And, that new lawnmower of Granddad's? Well, anyway, we ran it. It was so hard to push that thing. You had to, back up into grass that you'd already mowed and then get a running start and push through it. And it would even kill the motor on it, and it was a real powerful lawnmower. But we finally got all the front yard cut and part of the backyard. And we hope that it won't get that long again. Sport had a good time while we were there. Got quite a few ticks on him, but he really enjoyed himself, and he wasn't used to being tied up after we brought him home. We went swimming part of the time, but there were fish in the lake or in the pond, and they bit. And we went fishing, but not many fish bit. There were some big ones in it. I caught one big one, but I was hauling it in, and it got loose. It came off the hook. I was sitting up on that rock, that high rock that overlooks the part of the lake that you get to first when you walk down the road. Well, anyway, I was hauling it up, and when the string was about halfway up, the fish fell off, back into the water. The Stills came up today. Mr. and Mrs. and their little girl, not Benny. I can't remember what her name is. Well, they came up for a few minutes. They live in South Carolina now. They just wanted to find out where we lived, and they'll come up some other time to stay a little longer. Benny was at their grandparents' house riding a pony, from what I heard. Jim and Mary Ellen and Todd and Tammy also came up. They came up about 10 minutes before the Stills got here. And they talked for a while, the grown-ups did. And they all left, and I mowed part of the lawn today. Boy, our lawnmower seems so light compared to that big one. It's so quiet compared to it. That other one roared. It was heavy. Well, I guess it was just hard to push because of the high grass. I think we should get a new lawnmower, though, because the one we have keeps dying even in half-an-inch grass. And if you turn it up on high, it fills the whole place with a thick coating of smoke. Well, I can't think of much else to say. I guess I'll sign off for now. Bye.
Hello there. Hello there. This is Larry. Well, I'm in college now. I went down Monday to register, and well, it was pretty hectic. I stood in line for 45 minutes, and I found out that was the wrong line, and so I had to go stand in another line, about half an hour, I guess. And, when I got to the end of that line, I found out that the transcripts weren't in yet from the school, so I couldn't get the IBM cards that I needed. So I had to wait till 3 o'clock, so I came back home, and then I went back down and started all over again. Went up there, and finally they gave me them, and I went upstairs to get all squared away, and by the time that all happened, most people were gone, so all I got, well, I could get the chemistry squared away, but I went to the history department, and the guys were all gone, so, well, it turned out I was registered in chemistry, but when I went to history class, my name wasn't on his roll, and I had to go back to the office and do something rather, but boy, I sure was giving the runaround. Just this morning, I got it squared away, and this is Friday now, and it took one day, Yeah, it took one day to get the cards, and I got one of the signatures on it, and the other guy was gone to the golf course, Dr. Hardy. Anyway, I came back the next day and got it signed. And I went to the office to turn it in, the business office, and it was closed. So I had to come back today and turn them in. But anyway, I went to the dean and had him write on there no charge, because normally it costs $2 to start a class and $2 to stop a class. And oh yeah, by the way, I had to start and stop history because I had it on in third period, and it turned out I had a lab third and fourth period, and the lecture period for chemistry was second period. So the only period I could get for history would be first period. Boy, what a mess! I never did get the class card for third period history. Never could. I don't know. Real runaround. But anyway, I was going to take English and history over the summer, but they didn't give Communications 1. And I couldn't take Communications 2 without Communications 1, so I'll wait till winter. And I just decided, I had about 5 minutes to choose, so I chose chemistry to take. And it's a real easy course. Shouldn't have any trouble with it at all. But anyway, I'm taking Chem and Civ now, and well, in the third period class we had to read a chapter a night. And in this first period history class, and it starts at 8 o'clock, we have to read one chapter about maybe every 3 or 4 nights. So it's a lot better. And I don't have to do any reading now because I've already read all the chapters that we're going to take in our class until about next Tuesday. So that's pretty good. But boy, that staying from 8 o'clock till 2 o'clock. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, usually I ride home right after the lecture in chemistry and stay home for maybe 5 minutes and then go back again, grab something to eat, a pizza or a candy bar or something. Because we have 10 minutes between classes, and it usually stops the class about 11 o'clock, so I have 20 minutes before the lab periods start. And also lately we haven't been taking anything long in the lab periods, so we get home fairly early. One day we did go till about 1:30 though. With that, with history and chemistry there, I have 7 hours, and the rates were something like, I think $35 for 2 and 3 hours, and for up to 4 hours it was $35, and for 5 and 6 hours it's $65. And with since I'm taking 7 hours, well, I had to get the consent of the dean, but I didn't know who the dean was, so I just walked up to Dr. Hardy, and he just signed it. And well, he's been acting a lot of pretty scatterbrained lately because he just got his doctor, and well, he's the head of 5 departments or something in there now, and he's feeling real happy with himself. That's what a lady explained to me. But anyway, I am taking 7 hours now, and well, I just hope it's not too hard. They just, I think it was supposed to be more than $65 for 7 hours, because it didn't even mention 7 hours in the schedule, but they just let me have it anyway. Boy, 3 hours, or 3 periods of chemistry is 4.5 hours. Oh, and that's preceded by an hour and a half of history. I'm glad it's only for a month. I don't think I could stand that through the whole school year. Well, I can't think of anything else to say now. Bye.
Hi, Dad. It was the 2nd of July. Oh, well, I didn't mean for that to sound like a poem or anything, but since it came out that way, I guess I'll let it stay that way. Grief. Well, everything's going reasonably well over here, but everything doesn't look reasonably well. Or I should put it, everyone doesn't look reasonably well. Because, well, if Pat got his hair cut, everything would look reasonably well. Because it's getting down onto his neck, and Mom's bugged him to go get his hair cut, but he wouldn't. And he's just done a whole bunch of things like that. Like, well, when we were going down to the high school to shoot firecrackers, he kept on going in front of me, and I kept on accidentally running into him because he had his crazy, stupid bike in the way. And he started a fight over that, and Mom hasn't done anything about it. So in your next tape, would you please say something about it, or in your next letter anyways. The magnolia's just about completely lost its blossoms, but it's still continuing to get better leaves, and the green leaves are continuing to fall off, turn brown and fall off, and the new leaves are beginning to turn greener too. When school was out, Mrs. Humphrey told all of the students, whenever they wanted to, they could visit her, at her home. And she gave us her address. And well, I haven't started on the vest yet, and I guess I'd better. But I'm gonna go down and ask for the instructions, what to do and everything. I've got a project already done on what I'm gonna knit it on, and I guess I'd better bind that off and start on the vest. Oh, not very long ago, I found the other pair of knitting needles, or the other one of the pair of knitting needles, and I've got a project done on them too. And there's one pair of knitting needles that I don't have a project started on. But I haven't and I haven't started anything on it, and I don't guess I can start the vest on it either, because it'd probably be too much to put on there. So well, maybe not, but I just better not take a chance at it. Well, that's all I can think of now to say. But take care of yourself, and tape as soon as you can, please. And it's been a long time since we've heard your voice. I'd sure like to hear it again. and one of us will probably break down and write you pretty soon. There's usually more to write about than there is to record about. Well, better say bye now. Bye.
Hi, Dad. This is Pat, and Mom said if I tape some now, we could get this off to you maybe today. If we had enough on it. Oh well. Anyway, it's the 2nd, I think, of July. At about 25 minutes till 11 a.m. this morning. And, well, what was that? Oh yeah, to start it off, I want to tell you this pun I heard on Johnny Carson's show. It goes like this. This is a pun, not a joke. Okay. Once there's this count, and he had a whole bunch of gold. And there was this evil queen, and she wanted it from him. So she tortured him in every way she could think of to try to make him tell her where it was. And he would never tell her. And she just kept torturing him, trying to get the secret. And then one day she just got so fed up with torturing and trying, she sent him to the block to be beheaded. And she sent him there and put his head down on the block. And as the axe man was putting the axe into place, she said, "Okay, are you going to tell me where your gold's hidden?" He said, "Nope." So she gave the signal. The guy brought the axe up and is coming down. As it was coming down, the count said, "No, I'll tell you where the gold is. It's in the..." But then it's too late. He already got chopped. And there's a moral to this story. And the moral is, don't hatchet your counts before they chicken. That's funny. I just put the thing on monitor. I won't do that. Oh, well, what else was I going to tell you? Yeah, we're going to Granddad's tomorrow morning, and the roaches are going to be there, and we're staying until Sunday. Tomorrow is Friday. No, this must be the 3rd of July, because tomorrow's the 4th. I'm going to stock up on fireworks and firecrackers and everything, because I know Edwin will. And, oh yeah, we were supposed to have a band practice yesterday. It was, no, day before, I think it was yesterday. No, day before yesterday. But, some guys were out of town, so we weren't gonna. And we might have one today, but I doubt it. Because this one guy's still out of town. And, let me see. I haven't done too much fishing except last when we were at Granddad's. Edwin and I went down and caught just a lot of little brim and perch and everything, just lots of them. I can get Sport to talk to you again if you want. I'll go get him. Okay, Dad, here's Sport here. He's gonna start barking when I bring the microphone to him. Bark, Sport. I'm getting feedback to make him mad at the microphone, so... Get it, Sport, get it. Oh, I gotta get more feedback. Good grief, Dad. You know what? I've been here talking for 10 minutes, and the tape ran out on the other side. Good grief, now I can't remember anything I've said. Oh yeah, I was trying to get Sport to bark at that, cause with feedback, but he's just in a grouchy mood and he won't talk to anybody. He's laying there staring at me. Edwin and I went fishing at Granddad's time before last. I haven't done much besides that, but we caught just lots and lots of baby brim and perch, you know. And everybody around here is getting motorcycles. I don't know if I've told you, but just everybody, most of the people that are of age, or all the people that are of age at the paper office have them. 2 of my friends got them yesterday that work at the paper office. They're doing their routes on them now. They don't even have licenses. I don't know if I've told you that we were going to have a band practice yesterday, or day before yesterday, but people were out of town, and oh yeah, I remember what I was. Oh no, I don't. Oh yeah, we're going to Granddad's tomorrow morning, and the roaches are going to be there, and I'm going to stock up on fireworks today, and bring them, because I know Edwin will be stocked up on them. And my bicycles, something's all wrecked in the gears. And when I brought it down to Western Auto, and they said, and I asked them to put a new tube in the back tire, because that one's shot. Told them to put a new cable on the brake, and to try to fix the gears. And they said, come back in 2 days. So for 2 days, I scrounged bicycles off people to do my route on. And I came back in 2 days, and what'd he say? He said, we couldn't fix the gears. So we didn't put a tube in or fix the brake either. It's better to have it all done at the same place. And I asked him where to get it done. A good place to get it done. He told me a place, and I went there, and they couldn't fix it either. Nobody fixed with bikes with gears. So we may have to bring it to Little Rock. And I'm gonna have to scrounge bikes off people. But I'm trying to fix up that old one. That old red one. If I can, to use. Those are real pretty pictures you sent back from over there. Those color ones. It doesn't look like a bad place at all, but if there wasn't a war going on there. You know those pictures you took of distances of, I don't know if it's the camp or the villages. I don't know which. It looks like the camp. Yeah, I mean, well, the base. And you took some of the old shacks. And why did they have in some place it said laundry and ice, and then it said nice or something? Why does it have it all in English? Let me see. What else is there? Oh yeah, about those dogs that you've got out there. What kind are they again? And why'd that dog bite that guy? That you had to lock up, you had to lock up the dog. Why'd he bite him? Didn't he like him, or was the guy making him mad, or is he just mean, or what? He didn't have anything, huh? When you locked him up to see? Oh, let me see. Oh, Larry and I are sleeping downstairs in the living room now on our mattresses because it's so hot in our room. We don't get any cool air up there at all. Johnny's room and Danny's room is the only one that's cool up there. But down here it's nice and cool. I'm in Mom's bedroom now. Let me see. Today's Larry's last day at college. And he's, writing 2 tests today. And then he's finished. I guess he's pretty glad. He says he's going to go to Canada by bus now. And he says he's going about next Tuesday. I don't know if he is or not, though. You know, he hadn't made hardly any arrangements. He said it only costs $70-something to go by bus to Michael's. It's a round trip, $77 or something like that. Well, I'm running out of things to say. Except, oh yeah, I was wondering what we're gonna do when you come back in February and we're still down here and you get an assignment to the Northwest. What are we gonna do? Because if we have to, I guess we can move during school, but I'd hate to do that again. We've done it so many times, and it's just hard to get situated again in a new school. Oh well. I guess I'd better go now, and I've got to collect a lot. I'm behind in collecting. So, bye, and take care.